Trigun. What else is there to say about this anime that hasn't already been said? It's only one of the greatest animes ever made. And no, that is not an exaggeration, that is not an opinion, that is a documented scientific fact. Honestly, I have no other nice things to say about this anime that haven't already been said. Other than the manga's better. No, instead, here's a little history lesson. Trigun was created by Yasuhiro Naito and published from 1996 to 2008. That's a long time. During that time, Naito created and designed a video game called Gungrave. It was developed in 2002 for the PlayStation 2 and published by Sega. This will be the subject of this video. So, without further ado, let's kick their ass! Alright, let's just accept the hard truth. Despite what many retro gamers may tell you, the PS2 is one of the greatest video game consoles ever conceived. Its longevity, its amazing colossal library of games, and its graphics capabilities make it ideal for some of the greatest games ever made. And that includes Gungrave, whether you like it or not. IGN says so! So it seems only natural that Gungrave, a fantastic game, should be ported to a fantastic console like the PlayStation 2. And I must say, I can't imagine it any other way. Gungrave looks great and feels great. The controls are your standard third-person shooter kind of controls. Press X to jump, square to shoot, but you can also shoot big blasts, like a rocket launcher, by pressing the triangle. These are called demolition shots. As expected, you have a limited number of shots, but you can get more, up to 9, by shooting things. And no, I don't just mean shooting the bad guys. I mean you have to shoot everything. And I do mean everything. The square button shoots, like I said, but you only shoot one round at first. This is extra frustrating, as you have to do some serious button mashing if you want to shoot to kill. And I'm not talking your dad's kind of button mashing, I'm talking something like NES track and field button mashing. I got blisters on my fingers. Luckily there's a rapid fire option, so you can just hold down the square button and mow down enemies like there's no tomorrow. And you can dance around like a fool while doing it.
That's it, fool. That's it, fool.
Awesome! But there are some problems with this, believe it or not. Your default moving speed is a slow, shambling walk, which is somewhat justified in that he's a zombie, but we'll get to that later. To run, you press and hold the circle button. But here's another problem. You can't shoot while running. You'd have to have really long and well-built fingers to pull off something like that. I've been playing piano for almost 15 years, and you'd think I'd be able to pull it off, but I can't. It's a hassle. And it's painful. A few other things that personally I have no problem with, but some other gamers might, is that it's just a little too easy. Seriously, you could practically just hold down the square button every few feet and you'd be done in a few hours flat. Speaking of a few hours flat, this game is also pretty darn short. But Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus was short too, but I didn't like that game. This game I like. And if it was a little harder and a little longer, I might have enjoyed it more. But it's still a pretty good game, and if you're willing to look past the faults in the controls, the lack of difficulty, and the shortness of it, you might have a good time. Now, Let's talk about the story. Brandon Heat is a hitman working for a big crime syndicate called Millennium. After the head of the corp, Big Daddy, retires, a successor has to be named. Naturally, it has to be Brandon, right? As a matter of fact, no. Harry McDowell, Brandon's best friend, wants the title. Brandon has the brains, but Harry has the ambition. So much so that Harry kills Brandon and covers everything up, and thus begins his meteoric rise to the top of the crime gravy train. Meanwhile, a mad scientist, Dr. Tokioka, and Mika, the daughter of Big Daddy, find Brandon's corpse and bring him back to life Frankenstein style. So Brandon Heat puts on a cowboy getup, picks up a coffin full of guns, and renames himself Beyond the Grave. The goal in this game is to kill all the members of the syndicate, including and up to Harry McDowell, or Bloody Harry as he is now called. As if he wasn't dirty enough. The major bosses, in the order of which you fight them, are Bob Poundmax, Ballad Bird Lee, Bear Walken, Bunji Kukashira, a big blue thing, and a big pink thing. I don't know. Speaking of bosses, do you remember how I said that the game was too easy? Well, it's about the time when you reach Bear Walken that things start to get a little harder. Bear Walken turns into this big blue monster thingy on roller skates that throws helicopters at you. It sounds awesome when it's described like that, sure, but you should try playing it for yourself. It really does look as awesome as it sounds. But it is also pretty darn frustrating. But as annoying as Bear Walken is as a boss, he is nothing compared to the boss that comes after it. Bunji Kukashira is the hardest boss in the entire game. When you're far away from him, he beats the ground so hard that the resulting shockwave takes a large chunk of health from you. And, if you aren't careful, he'll fly, not run, fly towards you, grab you, kick you up in the air, and pump you full of lead and he gets your gun style. And you know what the most frustrating part about him is? He can replenish his health. Oh yeah, by smoking some kind of magical, life-extending cigarette, he can nurse himself back to health in no time at all. Kind of like Solid Snake. But thankfully, after you kill him, the game gets easy again. One more thing. An extra special mention, I think, should be made of the graphics. They are some of the best cel-shaded graphics I have ever seen in a video game ever. I love cel shading. Jet Set Radio, Valkyria Chronicles, frickin' Okami, all cel shaded, all awesome. Even if it's a mediocre game like Blade Kitten or Cell Damage, even if it's cel shaded, I'm totally sold on it. And Gungrave is among the best and best looking. Really, describing it just doesn't know justice. You have to see it for yourself. Good stuff. Gungrave was released in 2002 and was followed by a sequel, Gungrave Overdose, and an anime series. I have the anime series on Blu-ray. Even though Gungrave is a fantastic game, it has yet to be released on the PlayStation Network. And with this console generation winding down, it's doubtful that it will happen anytime soon. But at least the sequel's up there. So yeah, that's Gungrave. It's a good game. It has flaws, yes, but what game doesn't? Oh yeah. But anyway, that was Gungrave, and this is Space Humor crossing his fingers for an anime adaptation of Blood Blockade Battlefront. Adios. without using that clip from Boat! Oh boy! What do I win? You win this super special awesome edition of Pink Floyd themed playing cards! Oh. I don't know any card games. Well, those are the breaks.
Hey, that's my line.